In recent years, Boko Haram and Al-Shabaab have been blamed for destroying communities, robbing some young people of their futures, and restricting economic growth. African governments, along with their partners like the United States, have placed a high priority on protecting citizens from attacks by terrorists. Well, this leads us to our question of the week, asking, how can African governments effectively combat radical terror groups like Al-Shabaab and Boko Haram? Well, let's begin with a comment from Emeka Anikwo from Nigeria, who writes, these groups usually have something to do or are attached to certain religious groups. The elite and top politicians from such religious groups, especially those in opposition parties, should openly and privately condemn and discourage these insurgents. This is not happening in my country, Nigeria. Well, Shaka, what do you make of this comment?
Very interesting. How do you respond to that, Rhoda?
I think that, I think it was Emeka was right. There are people, at the end of the day, someone's benefiting, or many people are benefiting from the destabilization or the existence of Boko Haram. And unfortunately, right now we have an election coming up in February. So who does it benefit to keep the regions destabilized? Who does it benefit to continuously having, attacks every other day where people are afraid? Does that mean that people in the north will not participate in the elections? Is that part of what will happen? At the end of the day, that's part of it. But at the same time, we have to, as a country, start moving beyond Muslim, Christian, North, East, South. We have to recognize that we are one sovereign territory, and as such, we need to support each other. People in the South need to recognize that what's going on in the North affects us. It affects our opportunities for partnerships, global partnerships. It affects our opportunity with our big export oil, for example, in the Niger Delta region that has been destabilized for a while. We're seeing the impact of a whole lot of things that is called globalization affect our country's revenue. So at the end of the day, we need to move beyond the old rhetoric of it's Muslim, and our leaders have to do the same thing. They have to keep condemning it. It is inexcusable that President Jonathan or any of the senators or other state governors are not more vocal on the issues related to the human security in the North. And it's not just on a federal level, it has to be on the local level as well.